my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a recent grab from, or I guess not really a trade, but just I went to a collector friend of mine and bought a bunch of figures. That's the way that I can put it. So that's what we're going to be checking out today. Just kind of a random lot of figures here, some customs, some interesting belts as well, and some accessories, and I just wanted to show this off. I had a really great time, and I'm very happy with what I grabbed. But before we do that, I wanted to show this off real quick. Go check out my recent video of the Red Guardian and Yelena Belova review. I got their 2-pack from Target that was on clearance, and those figures were so good that I had to get the, not Winter Soldier, but John Walker and Sentry 2-pack as well. And these are all on clearance, hopefully at your Target, but definitely at mine. So I do have that, and I will have a review of that up alongside this video here. But really quickly, let's just go over what I grabbed. The first thing that we do have here, and I'm getting a call for some reason from who? Yeah, I can't talk right now. All right, anyways, the first thing we have here off to the side is going to be, quite crazy, an Abdullah the Butcher custom. This is just absolutely nuts, in my opinion. I was not expecting to see this in the lot, and I don't really even know how to describe it. I will say the blood effects are really well done. I do like the placement on them. Whenever I try doing blood myself, I just feel like I never get it right. And whoever made this figure did a really great job with that. I do like the paint apps on there. I do have to go look at his gear. I'm not exactly sure if he wears these kinds of pants or those kinds of boots, but hey, it works for me. The body works as well as the head. And yeah, I think that it works pretty well for kind of the light skin tone of Abdullah the Butcher. And the head sculpt, I think, is just from maybe like a Jax or some other kind of figure, but that works well. So that is really cool. Just kind of a random custom to have in the collection, Abdullah the Butcher. I don't know. That's just wild to me. All right, the next custom that we'll call it here is actually going to be the Kurt Hennig recent, I think it's Elite or Legend Series 29 figure. I got the entire figure loose, just missing one of the belts. But my plan with this was actually to upgrade my Nick Aldis or my TNA Magnus figure, and that's exactly what I did here. The only downside is, as opposed to the Ridge Holland, the Kurt Hennig body is a little bit more tan, whereas his face is a little pale, and you can see that there on the screen there. I'm assuming. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. Always have problems with that. I'm sorry, folks. You guys get the picture from that distance. But the skin tone just from the head to the body doesn't match exact, but it still, he looks a little sick, I guess you could say. But for the most part, I think that I did a decent job with it. And it's a little bit taller as well. That was the big sell for me. It's a little bit taller, and the gear is blank. It's just black and white, so I think that would work well for really any custom. And then I have the little crown in there as a slight little. I mean, he had it in his TNA his TNA coronation as well, but Rinka King. And we also got the singlet and the little towel. And then I also have some extra hands that I've since put away. So we do have that. All right, the other figures that we grabbed, I already unboxed it, but I grabbed the Chase version of Adam Copeland. It was AEW Unrivaled. I forget what series. But we have this figure right here, and this is really nice. I do like it. What I'm planning on doing is kind of swapping and mixing and matching parts of this figure with my other unmatched Cope that I currently have. So this is really cool. I do actually like that a lot. And he came with an extra AEW microphone and a soft goods shirt, an Edge shirt, so that, or Copeland shirt, Cope, whatever you want to say, shirt. That is really cool. I do love having that. All right, the other two figures we'll review now, and then we'll do the accessories. The first of which, and these are both going to be TNA Jax Deluxe Aggression. The first, though, is going to be Kaz, Frankie Kazarian. I'm always a big fan, you guys know, of these Jax Deluxe Aggression, and TNA Impact, Deluxe Impact figures. I get them few and far between, but, Kaz I'm a massive fan of. I'm a huge Kaz fan, and he is currently the TNA Heavyweight Championship World Champion, whatever you want to say. But yeah, I'm just a huge fan of this. This is really cool. I have a little shelf, actually, for my Jax TNA figures, and he will definitely be going on there alongside an all-timer here, guys. This is a figure that I have literally always wanted. Of course, we reviewed the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, their Elite figures recently on the channel, but this is their old Deluxe Aggression figure from TNA, and man, this is awesome. So I need to get Chris Sabin someday, but I have Alex Shelley, and he's in great condition. Look, we even have the MCMG on the little on the armband there. Absolutely incredible. What does it say back here? MC5? I don't know what that's about, but this is so cool. I literally have always wanted this figure, and it is so crazy to have this in hand. And then we also have Kaz too, so it's cool. Kind of a little 2-for-1 there on the some of the TNA originals, I guess you could say. But we do have those. Sorry about the camera not really zooming in today. I don't know what's going on. All right. The rest of the stuff that we have here, the first thing is just going to be this, like, you know, on a pole kind of gimmick match accessory here. You put it in the corner of the ring and you can attach something to the end of the pole there. X Division, whatever you want to say it is. We have that. And then, finally, here we have some really cool tag belts. So, the first two are going to be, I guess, 2/3 of the AEW Trios Championship. So, these I've been looking for forever. As you guys know, I use the tag team titles instead of the trios. So, I have 2 of them now. This will be nice. I think I can probably just have Joe without a title and throw these on Hobbs and the hook that I have. So, that'll be really useful. But shout out to the guy that I bought these from. These are so awesome. A massive ups to him. Big ups. Next up here is a custom, kind of, I guess you could say, like, felted or whatever you want to say, IWGP Intercontinental Champion. That is really cool. So I think the reason why this was honestly for sale is because they got rid of this title back in 2021, I think was the year. But I just thought that it looked so cool, and it was really just nice in general that I wanted to pick it up. The other 2 titles that I grabbed, this one is going to be from the Powertown Vern Gagne. This is the AWA World Heavyweight Championship, and this is really cool. One of those retro territory belts that you really don't see anywhere. So this was definitely a must-have for me, and I love that. I think I'm going to throw this in my Magnum TA or somebody like that. Obviously wasn't a champion from that time, but I don't really have a lot of territory wrestlers out there. And then one that I'm a little disappointed with, but not from the seller. I had always thought these were just like rubber, the YOLO tag team titles. I always wanted these. I really always wanted these, but I thought they were like a soft rubber, and they're just cardboard. I never knew that. I should have done my research on it, but they're just cardboard. Either way, though, it is nice to have, and they are fairly durable cardboard, so I'm not complaining, but I just love the idea of this, like the cardboard champion. That is so funny. I think, or championship, I should say. I keep either leaving out or, you know, keeping in the ship on championship there. But anyways, I am losing my words here today. I am mumbling. I am ranting. I am also tired. So we will leave it there. Folks, this was pickups from a collector friend. I don't know what I'm going to title the video. Hopefully it's something catchy. But thank you for watching. As always, folks, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.